Hello, Pacific League fans and fans to be. I'm Gabe Lerman. You know, the voiceover guy from the Top 20 Plays videos. I've scoured the internet for the most passionate English speaking supporters of each of the 6 PL teams to try and convince you why you should root for their club. This is Making the Pitch. My guest today is Baseball Underrated, a fellow Canadian who's been blogging and tweeting about the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles for a couple of seasons now. As the newest PL team, the Eagles don't have the same cachet as others, but maybe BU can sway you to their charms. Thank you for joining me tonight, BU.
Thanks for having me.
So, what did you think of last season?
I thought it was great. Like, even outside the Eagles, they had a ton of intrigue and upsets with the Buffaloes being so good, and at the same time, the Hawks missing the playoffs entirely. The Eagles had a real good season. They were in first place for almost half the year, and obviously didn't end the way I hoped it would, but it was still a really good season.
Yeah, you're not the first person I've talked to who mentioned the Hawks missing the playoffs as a positive. There's some playful animosity there. Let's put it that way. Was there anything that you could point to as a favorite moment from the 2021 year?
Definitely. On October 13th against the Hawks, again, Okajima had a walk-off single that really cemented the Eagles' playoff chances. Up a few weeks before that, they had been scuffling a little bit, and the Hawks were closing ground. And then it was after that game, I really knew like the Eagles are going to make the playoffs. It was definitely the highlight of the season.
Takeru Okajima is one of those holdovers from the 2013 season, right?
He is.
Would he happen to be your favorite player? Was that a nicely disguised segue, or is there someone else who stands higher on your list?
No, he's definitely not my favorite player, I wouldn't say. My favorite player is probably Aguro Mogi. He's a third baseman for the team. I think he's really, really underrated, to be honest. Like, he's probably top 20, maybe even top 15 player in MPB. He's just a good all-around player. He's got a little bit of pop. He's got elite defense at third base, good contact, good speed. He's a really fun player to watch.
When I visited the Eagles back in 2019, Mogi was playing shortstop, so moving him over to third definitely shows off his defensive prowess more.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's been a lot better at third than he was at shortstop.
And he's also the team captain, so as I say on the Top 20 Plays videos, leading by example definitely helps. Is he who North American fans should keep an eye on for 2022, or is there another breakout candidate that you've circled in your playbook there?
Yeah, if there's one guy to look out for, I'd probably say Yuki Matsui, the closer, simply because there's been a lot of rumors about him potentially making the jump to the major leagues at some point. And I mean, he's also a super exciting pitcher to watch. He's got great stuff, fastball, slider, splitter. And he's really fiery on the mound, which is pretty uncommon in MPB. So he's exciting for that reason too.
If memory serves, only 3 earned runs in 43 innings pitched up against 60 plus strikeouts.
Yeah.
Matsui is a dynamo reliever.
He is elite for sure.
How did you become a fan of the Eagles in the first place?
Well, it was at the start of the pandemic. I kind of just stumbled on NPB. I don't even really remember how it happened. Like, I had heard of the league before, but never really got into it. When I figured, well, MLB's not playing anytime soon, I might as well look into this league, and I just got hooked. And then why I picked Rakuten, it was, to be honest, is mostly because I really like their jerseys and the stadium they play in more than anything else.
Having been to Rakuten Seimei Park Miyagi, it is a really nice place to watch a game.
Yeah, I was just kind of tired of watching the indoor turf stadiums. Figured I had to pick a team that played outdoors, so the Eagles were one of the only options for that.
To jog your memory, the intro on your blog does state the name Munenori Kawasaki as a possible reason why you got drawn to NPB in the first place.
Yes, that's right. I was looking at his baseball reference page and just on a whim looked at his NPB stats, I think, and that's how I started learning about it.
All right. This is the most important question I ask all of my interviewees, Baseball Underrated. Why should fans cheer for the Eagles? It's time to make your pitch.
Okay, so there's 3 big reasons I would suggest a new fan cheer for the Eagles. The first is that they're really becoming big spenders in NPB, especially the last few years. They signed Hideto Asamura a couple of years ago, signed a bunch of other really solid players the last couple off seasons. And so they're really trying to make a push to become a perennially competitive team in the Pacific League. Reason number two, they've been pretty competitive for the last half decade or so after a bit of a rebuild following their championship season in 2013. They've got a lot of really good players right now and a few really exciting young players like Yuki Matsui, Takehisa Hayakawa, and a couple others. And the third reason is they don't really have much history. They're not even 20 years old yet. So you really get to see like the lore of the franchise unravel as you watch the team.
So if you want to be a part of a team that's always trying to win, a team that is building a strong roster in front of your eyes, and a team that will let you watch history as it unfolds, you too should become a fan of the Golden Eagles. Baseball Underrated, thank you for taking the time with me today.
Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube-y stuff. That concludes our Making the Pitch series. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get the season underway, shall we? Take care, everyone.